A very good evening to all. It's time for Children's Bedtime Treasury with Let Emotions Speak. Today's story is about You Are Not My Best Friend. Gabriella Goat, Chicken Charlotte, Sam the sheepdog, Penfold pig, Sally the sheep, and Jersey cow all lived on Willow Farm. In the late afternoon, when all the farm work had been done, they liked to meet in the paddock next to the farmyard to talk. Gabriella was a very self-important goat because she thought she was more useful on the farm than all the other animals. Not only did she provide milk for the farmer's wife to make cheese, but she also nibbled all the nettles and weeds and kept the farmyard neat and tidy. As far as she was concerned, that was much more important than just laying eggs or looking after sheep or helping the farmer look for truffles, growing wool, or making milk. Each morning, when Chicken Charlotte had finished laying eggs and all the other animals were still hard at work, she would flutter over the picket fence that kept the foxes away and strut over to visit Gabriella. On a very hot day, when the sun was shining down on the garden, Gabriella decided she and Chicken Charlotte should go down to the duck pond and soak their feet in clear, cool water. Chicken Charlotte didn't like this idea at all. "I am afraid I might fall in," said Chicken Charlotte. "I can't swim." "You can't swim?" gasped Gabriella Goat. "How can you be any fun if you can't swim?" And with that, she turned her back on Chicken Charlotte. Gabriella thought about who else liked swimming and then smiled triumphantly. "Sam the sheepdog can swim," she said. "In fact, sheepdogs can do lots of things chickens can't. Sam will be my very best friend." Chicken Charlotte went back to her coop feeling very miserable. Sam, the sheepdog, had just finished chasing Sally the sheep into the field when Gabriella Goat called out to him, "How about taking a break now and coming to the duck pond with me?" Sam scratched behind his ear and panted hard as he thought about this. "Why not?" he said when he'd got his breath back. "It's a boiling hot day and I could do with a nice long swim to help me cool down." Gabriella and Sam had tremendous fun all day splashing around in the water, and at the end of the day, Gabriella said to Sam, "You are my best friend. Let's do this again tomorrow." Sam agreed. He was delighted that Gabriella liked him the best of all the animals. The next day, Gabriella went to fetch Sam so they could play. It was another very hot day, and she was especially looking forward to a nice swim. Sam was in the field chasing Sally, but when Gabriella beckoned for him to come and play, Sam shook his head. "It's too early," said Sam. "I have to make sure Sally grazes all this field, and in any case, most of the water has dried out of the pond, and it's all muddy. The farmer won't like it if I get too dirty." "What?" squealed Gabriella Goat in disbelief. "Whoever heard of a dog that didn't like mud? How can you be any fun if you don't like mud?" And with that, she turned her back on Sam the sheepdog. Gabriella thought for a while about who else might like mud and then smiled triumphantly. "Penfold pig likes getting muddy," she said. "In fact, pigs like to do lots of things that dogs don't. Penfold pig will be my best friend." Sam was too upset even to chase Sally around the field now, and he lay down with his tail between his legs, feeling very miserable. Penfold pig was snuffing around in the hot garden, and when Gabriella Goat found him, "Don't bake here," said Gabriella. "Come and roll in the mud with me." Penfold pig was delighted at this prospect, and off they both trotted towards the muddy pool. They had such fun that Penfold wanted to do this again the following day. But Gabriella said that she'd had enough for basking now, and tomorrow she wanted to lie in the field and chew the juicy grass. Penfold pig was distraught. He didn't like chewing grass. He'd much rather eat pig's will. Sadly, he told Gabriela Goat that he'd not be able to join her. Bah, pathetic, she moaned. You'll never make a good best friend if you want. You can't eat grass. And with that, she turned her back on Penfold Pig. She thought for a while about who else liked eating grass, and then smiled triumphantly. Jersey cow likes eating grass, thought Gabriela Goat. In fact, cows like eating grass all day long. Jersey cow will be my best friend. Penfold Pig wallowed in the mud on his own and felt very miserable. The following morning, Gabriela went to find Jersey cow, who was just about to be milked by the farmer's wife. She told Jersey cow her plans for the day. Jersey cow said that she would be honored to have Gabriela to talk to as they chomped and laced the day away. I'll be with you in just a tick, said Jersey cow. I needed to be milked first. Gabriela Goat stared at Jersey cow and then turned and walked away without saying anything at all. What's wrong with all these silly animals? She asked herself. Why do they always have to do something else first? Or can't even do something at all? And with that, she decided to go alone to the juicy green field. When Gabriela got to the field, she spied Sally the sheep grazing away. At last, she thought, there's a creature that wants to do the same as me. Sally the sheep was very pleased to be chosen as Gabriela's friend, and they spent the next hour talking and munching away in the heat of the sun. Before very long, Jersey cow came to join them, but Gabriela wouldn't talk to Jersey cow, no matter how nice Jersey cow tried to be. Friendship is all about giving and taking, remarked Gabriela to Sally the sheep, so that Jersey cow could overhear. And being a very best friend means giving a lot. Jersey cow can't even give up being milked up for one morning. She's no best friend of mine. Instead of looking miserable, Jersey cow looked angry, and when Jersey cow moved off to chew some grass a little further away, Sally the sheep followed her. Gabriela Goat snorted in disgust and then went ahead to chew some more. Who needs friends anyway? She thought. They're no good to anyone. But Gabriela Goat started to feel bored. She wanted to play a game. She wanted to play chase. Chicken Charlotte was the best friend to play chase with. So she decided it was high time to make friends with her again. As it was getting quite late in the day, all the animals were together in the paddock. Gabriela Goat could see Chicken Charlotte, and so she skipped up to her to suggest a game. When she got close, however, Chicken Charlotte turned her back. Gabriela was taken aback, and so she turned to Sam the sheepdog. Sam also turned his back. As she looked at each animal in turn, they all turned their backs. Just then, she heard Jersey cow remark to Sally the sheep, "You know, friendship is all about giving and taking. If a friend of mine wouldn't give as well as take, she'd be no friend of mine." Gabriela was very upset. She sulked off to the farmyard and was utterly miserable. The more she thought, the more miserable she became. The more miserable she became, the more she realized what a terrible friend she had been. The next day, she stayed in the farmyard because she was too ashamed to face her friends. Presently, Chicken Charlotte came by and saw how miserable Gabriela Goat looked. She soon joined by Sam the sheepdog, Penfold Pig, Jersey cow, and Sally the sheep. When Gabriela looked up and saw all her former friends, she sobbed, "I'm so sorry. Won't you all forgive me?" Chicken Charlotte flew to her side and gave her a big hug, and all the other animals joined in. Nobody had liked seeing her being so down and miserable, and they wanted to be friends again. "I've been so silly," said Gabriela, "but now I realize you all are my best friends." And with this, we come to an end to Children's Bedtime Treasury. So, kids, did you enjoy this story? Do let me know in the comments below. I would like to extend my gratitude to Derek Hall, Alison Morris, and Louisa Somerville. It's time to say goodbye and good night.